All right, so let's wait a minute. Make sure I got some joiners in here before I get going. Actually, while I'm waiting, you guys, I need some chapstick. Hang on. Okay. Well, if you're getting this video, that is because you are in my Make Me Oily group, okay? So, my goal for you today is to help you understand how to use oils simply so it's not confusing. And I'm still going to wait until I have somebody join me. So if you get on here, say, hey, Jennifer. All right. I just want to make sure I'm in the right place. Sometimes I go live in the wrong place, and before I know it, I'm on my page, and people are like, not sure what I'm doing. Okay. So if you're joining me, say hi. Lets me know that it's working. Okay, so actually, oh, let me get my notes really quick so I don't forget what I'm doing. Okay, so I have kind of some notes next to me because I want to make sure I stay on track, give you guys all really great information. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Jennifer Davis, and I am a wellness advocate with doTERRA. And what that means is I just get to help people feel better with oils. Hey, Julia. Oh, it's totally okay because this is going to pop up in a replay and you can watch it whenever you want. And so today we're going to talk about some common health goals. Since we're live, I can't really get feedback from everybody who might be wanting to get the information. So I just kind of have a list of like common things that people run across or what I've seen in my experience and kind of the way you're going to use essential oils. We're going to talk a little bit about the company, doTERRA, and then some of the most popular kits that we have available for people who don't have any oils yet. Now, so just so you know, this group is for education. You don't have to buy anything, but of course, if you want to get something or you see something you want, we will help you get it. That is our job. So anyways, my goal is to keep this class about 30 minutes. Sometimes we go to 45 minutes depending on if I end up with any questions, but that's my goal, is to keep it kind of short and simple. And so if you do pop on or you watch the recording, make sure you ask a question. You say, hey, let me know you saw it, any feedback that you have for me. If there's a specific question that you have or whatever, then make sure you let me know. Today, not only am I going to talk about the top 10 essential oils that I believe everybody should have in their home, I'm going to make sure that I tell you about the top 5 that everybody should use every single day. And actually the top 4. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about safety, just because I don't know where everybody is at with essential oils, and I don't know if some of you have some already or if you don't. Now, I do have a disclaimer. If you're in here and you're using other brands of essential oils that is not doTERRA, I can't say for sure if they're going to work the same as the experience that I have with my oils. I've been using essential oils for about 10 years. I've been with doTERRA over 5 now, and my differences and my experiences between then and now, very different, okay? So I just want to make sure that I let you guys know that. So just to give you an idea of kind of where we're coming from, so doTERRA is the largest essential oils company in the world. And so families typically turn to us when they're looking for kind of a safer way to take care of their family. They're hearing about all the hype of essential oils, and that way they can also get some education. We take support and continuing education really seriously, which I'm going to talk about after I'm all done talking about essential oils. So since we're such a big essential oil company, that brings a very big responsibility to all aspects of our business. We have growers, we have the science, and we also have the customers that share a testimony of how we operate. And so our growers and harvesters don't just work for us, but they partner with us in quality, conservation, and even social responsibility. We do not use middlemen because that's often where exploitation occurs, and due to the lack of stability in the areas that essential oils are grown, because many of them come from third world countries. So our heart is for these people, and we gladly pay them fair wages, as well as bringing them resources that create stability through jobs, housing, fresh water, medical, and even education. And this empowers them to provide a better quality oil. And our work has provided more than 96,000 jobs worldwide and impacted almost 500,000 people in these communities. So I think that's really, really amazing, and why I really love the direction that we're going as a company, and it gets even better. So we collaborate with the best medical professionals to find the best application of essential oils. What that means is, how are you going to use that oil? Are you going to use it under the tongue? Are you going to use it on the skin? Stuff like that. Our standard of purity has allowed us to create many partnerships with researchers who are making waves in the medical community. And there's tons of really cool stuff out there if you want to search on YouTube, or even do doTERRA searches on Google on healthcare initiatives that we're taking. So as a customer, that means that each bottle of essential oil you use has the potential to be very life-changing for you and your family. And as a wellness advocate, that gives me the peace of mind that I'm lining up with a company that has integrity, and direction gives me confidence to sit here and talk to you about them. So we're basically creating a whole new essential oil industry, which not only benefits us, but it benefits everyone else who doesn't really have the profits to be able to do what we're doing. And so that's why I'm very excited to teach and do my job in teaching you how to use essential oils. So just so you know, we do have a product guarantee, so we feel really confident standing behind our products. So if you don't like them, then there is an opportunity to get your money back. Okay, so today all the oils that I'm going to talk about to support your family's health and your family's health goals are going to be just 10 basic essential oils, okay? So I like to keep it really simple. So the first oil that I like to use every day is peppermint, right? Everybody knows what peppermint's good for. It's cooling, it's invigorating, it's stimulating. But let me give you some science about this amazing bottle of essential oil. So there is 250, 280 drops of essential oil in here, okay? One drop can do a lot for you. And let me tell you, because I need to drink some water. My throat's getting a little dry. I've been teaching for a couple hours now. Okay, so what I do in the morning is I take my finger and just put a little oil, give it a little shake. So I get a little bit oil on my finger, and I put it on my tongue, and I like to rub that against the roof of my mouth. Okay, so what is that doing? Very quickly, I can breathe so much better, like instant nose clearing. And then what I do is I drink water. My water's a little cold right now, so it's going to be a little strong for me. But normally this glass of water has been sitting out all night, so it's a little warmer. Oh, Lisa, yeah. And then I drink it. So then what's really cool is some of that oil is now going down into my system. So we have mucous membranes that start in the back of our throat and go all the way to the other end, okay, on the way out. Mucous membranes are designed to move and lubricate things through our body. But they also act as perfect carriers for essential oils. They're like little buckets. Put the oil in, your little bucket carries it through your body. And it's really amazing how that works. And so that's why when we use some oil here, we start to affect the rest of our body. So by putting it where I did and then putting it, drinking water, and I actually drink a whole glass of water when I get up in the morning, that's going to open up my body systems, and it's going to get my digestive system working. It's going to get my metabolism kind of excited and pumped up. And so that way, when I get up and I start to eat food, my body is going to use that food a little bit better than it had if I had not done this or even drink water. Even if you don't have essential oils, drinking a full glass of water is a great way to wake your body up. So I'm kind of laughing because Lisa says, I wouldn't put that on while it's so cold in your house. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me that well, or maybe you're not friends with me on Facebook, last Friday morning, our furnace decided not to come on. And so we had to wait all weekend long to bring somebody out, because you know how it is. It takes a few days to come out. So someone came out today. Well, guys, it's like 30 degrees here in Kansas. We actually had snow on the roof and in the shade all day long today. It is a little early in the year for that kind of weather to be hitting, so it's very cold. My hands are like freezing right now. And so right now I'm in my bedroom with the door shut and a space heater. So I'm actually warm and toasty in here, Lisa. In fact, I had to open up the bathroom door and let some of the cold air from the bathroom come in. So I'm doing okay. So the reason why she said that is because peppermint is cooling. It does help to cool you down. So it can be a great essential oil to use when it's a really hot day, not like today. So in the winter, I typically don't like to put it on my skin, just because it is a little chilly. But in the summertime, great way to use it on your skin. If you are having a hard time waking up and having energy at any point in time of the day, peppermint oil is really great. I have a bug in here. And so I don't know if you noticed, but since I put that oil on, I am way more excited. It's like I had some caffeine. And so, great way to get yourself off caffeine. Okay, so we know it's energizing, it's invigorating. Okay, so it increases the performance of your body system, so everything works better. Little tip, guys, if you're trying to lose weight, it kind of helps. And then also peppermint helps all the other oils work better. And that's because it's a vasodilator. It's a driver. It kind of dries and pushes everything through the body. Okay, so, oh, and another thing is it's really good for is tension pain. So if you have a headache, great for that, okay? So, pretty exciting oil there, right? Okay, so our next oil is frankincense. And so this is number 2. So peppermint's number 1. Frankincense is number 2 in my top 4 essential oils that I use every single day. So after I use frankincense, after I use peppermint, I use frankincense next. And so this is what I do with it. I put frankincense on the back of my neck where the brainstem is, and what that does is it helps me with mental clarity and focus. I actually have ADHD, or ADD, sorry, not the H, I'm not hyper, I'm actually kind of chill. I have the ADD, so I have a really hard time with attention, but one of the things that I really struggle with is mental clarity specifically. I don't know if you've ever experienced walking into a room or having a conversation and you suddenly kind of forgot where you're going. I do that a lot when I'm having conversations where I just like a word just drops out of my brain, like a really simple word. It's not a complicated one. It's like a simple word and it's just gone from my vocabulary. So frankincense really helps with that. It also really helps for mood disorders as well. So if you struggle with having, depression or anxiety or even something like bipolar disorder, you can drop that essential oil under your tongue, and the way it affects your brain can just help shift you out of some of those moods. Okay, so let me check to see. Oh, and frankincense is also an anti-inflammatory oil, so you can use it on your body where you have inflammation. One of my favorite ways that I use frankincense, and I've been doing this for a long time, is right across the nose. I have chronic sinus issues, which means I'm often very congested. Not like congested like I have a cold, but I just feel stuffed up a lot of the times. And that's because of the inflammation in my sinuses due to other issues. And so I just put that frankincense across my nose. What's really cool is my skin is really good right there because frankincense is really good for your skin. It's the one area where my freckles have kind of started to fade and my pores look really good. It's the funniest thing. And I have no wrinkles there. Of course, maybe you don't get wrinkles there. I don't know. But my skin looks really good right in that area. Okay, so frankincense, really good for the skin. It's also really good to put on, like if you have something on your body that you want it to fall off, like a mole, a skin tag, a wart, okay? Stuff like that. Not things that are supposed to be there, things that are not supposed to be there, okay? That's the tip there. Okay, so that is what I do. The other thing is frankincense along with peppermint can be very exciting as well. So try those together. The next oil that I like to talk about is a citrus oil. So when I smell citrus oils, they remind me of being on vacation. So I was in Florida a couple of weeks ago and we went to the beach and it was amazing, guys. I love the beach. And for some reason, whenever I smell a citrus oil, I think of that. And that's actually my life dream, is to live on the beach, like in a house on the beach, not like live on the beach. Live in a house on a beach. So I can just like go outside and just walk around. Like that is what citrus oils make me feel like. My favorite citrus oil is orange, but lemon is a really common one. So that's actually in the top 10, but really any of them work. And so citrus oils are really great for keeping you healthy. They boost our immune system gently. They're not a caustic essential oil, but they're also very uplifting and exciting. So if you have moody people in your house, make sure you're putting those lemon or orange essential oils in your diffuser. So if staying healthy is important to you, you definitely want to use your citrus oils on a regular basis. One way that I do it is I put a drop of orange or lemon in like a shot glass of water and I drink that in the morning. And what that does is just helps to clear that stuff out of your throat that you're kind of, you know, waking up with, that makes your voice sound froggy or something, especially when the weather starts to get a little bit cooler like it is now. So the other way that I use those citrus oils is for congestion. Did you know that? Citrus oils break down mucus. And so again, in the throat, if you have a sore throat or a cough, that's usually because of congestion in the back of your throat. So you can take those citrus oils, maybe 2-3 drops, no more than that though, please. And you could put them in your shot glass or even in a glass of water like this. Now you want to make sure that you're not using a plastic cup. You just want to use a glass, okay? Because essential oils are all different levels of solvents, and citrus oils being the highest. And all that means is that they break down gunky, sticky, chemical stuff. Now, you're not made of those things, but you have those things in your body, and so citrus oils will help take care of that for you. The other thing that I learned is that citrus oils actually help to regulate the amount of mucus that your body produces. So there are parts of your body that needs more of it and parts of your body that needs less. And so it's going to help to regulate that. It's really important to know that essential oils don't force a change. They create balance, okay? It's not like medication. Okay, so also if you like to clean your house with no chemicals, so citrus oils are great. For me, lemon is a cleaning oil. So when I smell lemon, I think of cleaning. Because it just reminds me of the old Lysol and everything, but lemon is just the oil I clean with. I've been doing this for like 10 years. Orange is what I like to use on my body. And then lime is really good as well in drinks. I love lime in a margarita. Don't tell anybody. So the next one I want to talk about is lavender. We all know that lavender is really good for relaxation and calming and sleep. Well, that's a given. But there are 2 things that I like to use, actually 3 things that I like to use lavender for that a lot of people don't really think of. Number 1, it's really good for wound care and pain, mild pain. It's funny, I actually drop lavender under my tongue for allergies. Yeah, it's good for that too. because it has a natural antihistamine, but it's also a mild analgesic. So when I drop it under my tongue, I notice a slight numbing sensation. So if you have a teething baby or you stub your toe or something like that, then lavender is going to be super helpful for you. I have a child interrupting me. And then it's also going to help reduce stress as well, and actually the reaction of cortisol, which is a stress hormone, it's going to help to bring that down to a normal level. So it's really crazy to me because normally I do these videos outside, but now that it gets darker earlier, I'm in my room and I still have a bug buzzing around me. So I think that's really funny. Anyways, hopefully he doesn't dive bomb me. Okay, so lavender is what I use for itchy bug bites and owies as well. My youngest daughter came home with what looked like maybe the beginnings of a ingrown toenail. I'm not really sure. Side of her toe is really puffy and red, and it really hurt her. So we put some lavender on it, and she said it actually helped. So that's what I like that one for. Little kids that pinch their fingers and toys and buckles and doors and all that kind of stuff, lavender is great. Or the time when your toddler decides to bite you, then it helps for that as well. So that is number 4 in my top 5 daily essential oils. Now I want to throw a caveat in there. I don't use peppermint on kids. Not because of all the stuff that you read out there about peppermint not being safe for them, but mainly because it's really cold and it's uncomfortable, and a lot of times kids don't like the way it feels. In fact, I thought I was being funny one time, and I had it just use peppermint in my mouth. And then my daughter was like, "What did you do?" And I just gave a slight puff of air on her face, and it was like vapor in her eyes. So it's a really strong oil. So what I use for kids instead is Digest Zen. Digest Zen is an essential oil for digestive support. It's for everything from the back of the throat onto the other end, but also it's really good for motion sickness. So when we were in Florida, we drove 2 days to get there and 2 days back. You would not believe how many times we got that oil out, and in desperate, panicky situations where somebody was like, ugh. So we grabbed that Digest Zen and we put it on the bones behind the ears. That's really good for that motion sickness that you get, the car sickness in the car. On the tummies to kind of help with that nausea or any other issues. So we were using that oil a lot. So you know what? I think everybody that is too young to use peppermint should be using Digest Zen, because I was hearing from a really good pediatrician actually talking about how 1 drop of Digest Zen on a baby, like from beginning, when they're first born, every single day is super beneficial to their gut development. And I don't know if you know this, but your digestive system or your gut is where your immune system resides. And there's a major gut-brain connection. And so if we can get their guts and their bellies really healthy, that's only going to help them later in life. Okay, so that's what Digest Zen is for, and those are kind of the ways that you use it. Okay, so let me go on to the next oil, and that is Breathe. Okay, so what would you use this for? Breathing, right? And it's actually a blend of essential oils, just like the Digest Zen is, because that's a blend as well. Breathe is a blend meant for respiratory support. And actually I have some over here that I'm going to grab. Here it is. I love Breathe. That's actually my favorite oil to diffuse at night when I'm sleeping, because it's kind of a sweet, hey Lynette, it's kind of a sweet, it's got some eucalyptus in it, so it's got that breathing, clearer like smell. It's really refreshing. A little Breathe hack though, if you struggle with anxiety, Breathe is really good for that, because it helps us to breathe so we can calm down. A lot of times anxiety and those panicky situations, like Breathe can just really help bring that oxygen in the body so the brain works better. So I've been using this a lot because my toddler came home from our trip with a cough, and so this is actually the Breathe Touch. doTERRA has made pre-diluted oils. So all the oils I'm talking about come pre-diluted in what we call the Touch blends. So that's an option for those of you that want to use your oils on your kids and you don't want to have to mix with coconut oil and all that kind of stuff. So these are available that way. I use the regular undiluted on me just because I like it strong. This one is what I actually use on the baby, and I just put it on his chest. But you can put Breathe on the chest. It's great for people who have any kind of respiratory issue. If you're using a breathing machine or, well, yeah, a breathing machine, and you can use those oils on the chest. And then actually, if you pair it with frankincense, because it's anti-inflammatory, if you have something like bronchitis or pneumonia, then you can use that on the chest. You can also put it on the back because the lungs are back there too, so it can get in through the skin through the back as well. Let's see. Oh, anybody exercise? Do we have any fitness people? Well, you can count me out on that one. I don't do that at all. But I do go up and down the stairs, and I do lug kids around and lug laundry around, and so Breathe is really good at just helping you not lose your breath. It's also very cooling. So once upon a time, I took a, it's called PiYo. It's like Pilates and yoga together, and it was like an hour of just literally squatting up and down, and it was really hard. And it was like, for this girl that never goes to the gym, and I used to be a runner, so I couldn't believe I was this out of shape, but I was just that heavy breathing. So the next time I did, I put the Breathe on, and not only did I stay cool, but my breathing, it was like I just had a little bit extra lung capacity, so I didn't feel like I was dying the whole time. So if you just feel like you get out of breath just from going up the stairs or walking through a parking lot, and honestly, it happens to me too, then you can just be using some Breathe, and it can be really helpful. Last night, I actually had trouble sleeping because I couldn't breathe through my nose very well. It wasn't congested, it was just some inflammation, and I just couldn't feel like I could breathe. So what I did is I just took a little bit of that Breathe just on my finger like that and just put it right under my nose. Ooh, that's nice. So I just quickly, it just cleared everything up, just enough for me to get to sleep. Okay, so that was Breathe. Now let's talk about Melaleuca. So this is not one that I use every day, but I do use it enough to where I hate running out of it. I always am checking to make sure I have a full bottle in the house somewhere. So it partners really well with lavender for skin issues, and you can find that it's really soothing to itchy, dry skin. So that's kind of common right now this year. It's really good for antifungal type of stuff. So if you've got itchy, feet, or even hot feet, so kind of catch what I'm saying there, then it can be really helpful. You can add some fractionated coconut oil, but it's not a very strong oil. It doesn't sting or burn or anything. For those of us ladies, if we get a yeast infection, you can totally use your oils down in that area. So I'm just going to leave it at that, but you do want to dilute them, and I do lavender and peppermint, lavender and Melaleuca, and it's really soothing. It's great for diaper rash or chafing or anything like that. It's also a really good wound care oil, so I just literally just put it on the skin. And what's so good about using essential oils, no matter how little the scratch is, just grab your oils and put them on, because that could prevent something like Staph or MRSA down the road. You just never know. I mean, a bug bite that won't stop, your kid won't stop scratching, they have germs under their fingernails. It's very easy for things to get infected, and so we just want to just throw an oil on it and prevent that from happening. Okay, so cat scratches, bug bites, all that kind of stuff, okay? Alright, so the next oil I want to talk about is another blend. It's called On Guard, and this is the oil that we find we use a lot this time of year, because those 4 oils that I tell everybody to use every day, those are going to keep you healthy. Those are going to be your prevention. They're going to lower your stress, help you get better sleep. They're going to boost your immune system, that kind of thing. But if you do get exposed, like this is the time of year, cold and flu season, you're exposed just by leaving your house, holding onto a grocery cart, taking your kid to the indoor play area, all that kind of stuff. You want to use your On Guard. We actually have a whole line of On Guards. We have soap, we have toothpaste, we have mouthwash now, we have hand sanitizer. I don't leave the house without that now. And we have laundry detergent and household cleaner and all that kind of stuff, but we have an oil, okay? So we use the oil in the diffuser. We put it on our body. Really good places to put on your body when you're starting to feel sick is down the spine and on the bottoms of the feet. Right now, my daughter came home with a sore throat, and so I'm kind of making sure that she doesn't get more than a sore throat, so I'm just rolling that Touch blend that's got coconut oil in it, I'm actually rolling it on her neck, okay? So the On Guard's really good. A little side note is it's also really good at kind of assisting blood sugar regulation. So if you struggle with that, I kind of used to when I was vitamin D deficient, and now I don't so much because I'm not, but I would get that really shaky feeling if I didn't eat. So On Guard would be very helpful for me in that. So I wouldn't go for the bag of chips and the candy bar. Okay. Let's see, what else is On Guard good for? Oh, if you have a really bad infection, okay, On Guard can be really helpful. And it comes in soft gels. So you can take On Guard in a capsule, and that's how my body likes it when I'm feeling sick. So now that cold and flu season has started, we just use On Guard every day. So the kids get some On Guard down their spine in the mornings before they go off into the world. They each have some hand sanitizer in their hand because, interesting story, my son, who is 12, we have always homeschooled, and then this year he's actually in school. Actually, last year he was in school too. And it was his first exposure with hand sanitizer, like the kind that you pump it out, the Purell stuff that's just full of alcohol and other stuff that you don't want to use or put on your body. And it was the first time he ever used it, and I got a call from the principal. He was in the nurse's station because he got hives. And I was like, are you kidding me? What happened? Is he okay? You know, turns out it was the hand sanitizer. And I told the principal, that's crazy. He hasn't ever used hand sanitizer. I had no idea. But something that happened to my son, which actually prompted me to go into essential oils, was when he was a baby and I was cleaning the bathroom and he was outside of the bathroom and I was cleaning it with Lysol and he got hives really bad from head to toe just from the toxic fumes in the air. And I wasn't using that much, but he got hives from it, and that was actually the last time I ever cleaned my house with chemicals. But get this is where it gets really funny. I didn't know about essential oils yet. He was like not even one. And so I switched to bleach. So anyways, that's no better, but at least it didn't have the fumes like Lysol did. So that was just one step to me doing something a little bit better. Okay. So On Guard is definitely great for all that kind of stuff. You can gargle it for a sore throat. It's kind of spicy, so just be prepared for that if you can handle it. Oh, another side note is if it's actually really spicy for you, you might want to consider drinking more water. Our body needs water to move oils in and out of tissue. And so if you're finding that they're too strong or you're having skin reactions, first thing is drink more water. Your body needs a lot of water, and water helps to move those essential oils through the tissue. And so if you don't have enough water, then they kind of pool in one area, and then our body is like, whoa, that's too strong. So, you know, just something to keep in mind if you think that they're stronger than what most people would say they were. Okay, so the last oil, not the last oil, but one of the last oils I want to talk about is Deep Blue. Actually, it is the last oil, is Deep Blue. Now, this is an oil I use for pain relief. It's a soothing oil. I used it a lot when I was pregnant on my back. I used it after I was pregnant as my body was coming back together, and I've never used Deep Blue as much as I did then. I used it a lot for restless leg syndrome. But if you have any kind of issues with joint discomfort, get a headache, menstrual cramps, or anything, even ear aches that are really painful, you can roll that Deep Blue around. It comes pre-diluted and it comes undiluted as well. I like the undiluted. There's also a rub that you can put over it, so that will actually help it last longer. If you work out and you have sore, tired muscles, or I actually discovered that tired, achy, puffy feet, it feels really good. So it's soothing. It's really soothing. So especially if you can lean over and give yourself a foot rub or get a foot rub from someone else. So if you ever get an oil where you don't want it, you don't want to use water to wash it off. Water actually makes it stronger. However, when you use Deep Blue, and let's say you sprain your ankle and you put Deep Blue on your ankle, you may want to put a wet washcloth around it because that's going to drive it in. It also makes it so you only need one drop. You can actually spread one drop around the area with some coconut oil, lay a washcloth over it, and that's going to help you save money on your essential oils to help them be more effective, okay? So little expense tip right there on that one. It takes about 30 seconds for your body to start absorbing it too. So sometimes when you put an oil on, it doesn't feel like it's working or it's not very strong. Give it about 30 seconds. I actually had learned a really hard lesson with Deep Blue. When I had my last baby, I had him in the water at home, and I had been in the water for probably 3 hours. It was a very fast birth, but I was in the water the whole time. And after 3 hours in the water, my pores were very open. And even though I got out and I was dry, and I put that Deep Blue on for those after birth pains, but I wasn't feeling it very quickly. And so I kept putting more on. I probably had about 3 or 4 drops on before I finally realized I was overdoing it. But because I had been in the water for so long, my skin was really sensitive and was really taking that oil in a lot faster than I thought. And it was way too uncomfortable. So if that ever happens to you, you can just add coconut oil. And what that will do is it will slow down the absorption so you can rub it off. So if your child gets an essential oil in their eye, or you forget that you put peppermint on and you rub your eye, or for the guys that use the restroom, you can totally use your coconut oil and it will help. So just a little tip there, water does not wash the oils away, it drives it in. Okay, so that is all 10 oils. I feel like I'm missing one, but I think I'm not. Oh, oregano is the only one I didn't mention. It's not one I use very often, but I do use it when sickness isn't going away. You got sick, you're using all your oils, but you're not getting better, you're not turning that corner. I use oregano at that point because it is a lot stronger and it's better for bacterial stuff. Okay, so now that we've talked about all the ways that you're going to use your oils, let me show you some of our most popular starter packs. Okay, so the first one that I really like is the Home Essentials Kit. And that comes with all of the oils that I talked about, okay, including a big bottle of frankincense. And I don't know if you know anything about frankincense. It is not cheap. I'm actually trying to get my visual aid out really quickly. Frankincense is not cheap, and it comes in the kit. So this is the kit right there. So all those 10 oils, and you get a diffuser. That comes with it for $275. What's really cool, this month, when you get that kit, you get another diffuser that goes in your car. So it's like a little skinny diffuser that sits in a cup holder. And you get 3 oils that we don't sell. Kumquat, Red Mandarin, and Clementine. I think I got those 3. It's 3 oils that we don't sell. So those smell really good. So you like your citrus oils? These are amazing. Okay, so you get that kit, you get the free stuff for $275. Pretty awesome. And then we have other kits as well, but the other one that's really popular is actually the Natural Solutions Kit. You see that? All that cool stuff in there? Okay, you get the best diffuser that we have. You get all the oils we talked about today, but you get some extras. So you have options for sleep, you have options for stress, you have more of the On Guard products, you have the toothpaste, the soft gels, the hand sanitizer, you have the new mouthwash that's available. That all comes in that. Also, you get a couple of other things like some supplements to try out to help. And so a lot of times people will ask me how my skin looks so good, or my hair, or whatever, or why do I have more energy these days even though my baby is like doesn't let me sleep. And really it's the supplements and the oils, but mostly the supplements. So Lifelong Vitality, if you want more pain, or if you want less pain, more energy, and you want better like focus and better health, then that one's also really good too. And that one's $550. But what's really cool with that one is that when you order again the next month, doTERRA is going to give you another $100 that you can use to buy essential oils. So you're getting even like $650 worth of oils for $550. So I really like that. What's really cool with all of these is that you get your own customer account. What does that mean? It means that every time you want to get oils, you get to order them on your own account and have them shipped straight to you. And then that way I don't have to be the oil delivery lady. And I get to be your oil educator, or whoever invited you to this group. So I know some of you were invited by other folks on my team, and that's okay. So we become your essential oil educators. I have a really fun, top secret continuing education group that you get added to, where you get to learn even more things about essential oils. So tonight I actually did one of my continuing education classes, and I talked about the touch blends and how I use each of them on my kids when they're not feeling well based on different symptoms. And so that was really helpful so that people would know what to do with the oils when they have them or what to do in certain situations. So that's also a little perk of being one of our customers as well. Okay, so that's really all I have for you. And I mentioned earlier that I was going to do a prize drawing, but this is actually what I'm going to do instead. So if you're watching this video between now and the end of the month, because I scrub this group at the end of the month, so everything goes away and we start over, then if you get with me, no matter whether I invited you or not, you send me a message to chat with me about some of your health goals, and we can talk about some of the oils that would relate to them, then I am going to give you a really cool custom roller bottle blend that I made up for, and I've got a list of 10 and you get to pick which one that you get. So that can be really fun. It's the depending on how you want to feel, and I will send that out to you in the mail after we have that conversation. So that's what I'm doing. So multiple people can win. I'm not doing a prize drawing. It's not based on luck. It's based on just having a conversation. If you're already with doTERRA and you have your own membership, you actually don't get to do that, but you guys have other prize drawings that you get to take advantage of, so you have other things that you get to win. Okay, so that's all I really have for you tonight. I hope you guys are having a fabulous evening. If you send me a message, I will love to chat with you, and if you decide to make a purchase, then you can either get with me or get with the person that invited you to the group. Either way, I'll make sure you get connected with the right person, okay? Have a great evening, guys, and I look forward to any of the questions that you have, and I will make sure I get them answered for you.